But not only do you get the points, you get to determine when you get on the ground and when you leave.
Colder Ice Media presents the John Lawson Experience. Kick-ass ideas, kick-ass attitudes, and just plain old kick-ass. Here's your host, John Lawson.
All right, guys, look, I can't even imagine to try to count the number of countries I've been to. It's been amazing. Absolutely the most awesome thing. I'm on my third passport, meaning that I ran out of pages. I bet you didn't even know that. Bet you didn't even know that you had to have a certain number of pages blank or they won't even allow you in the country, right? Like 3 pages of your passport can't be filled in or most of people won't let you in their country. Why? I don't really know. However, what I do know is I've filled up 2 passports and I'm almost through my third. That's how many places I have been. And the reason why I've been these places is all thanks to being able to speak. Yeah? So I think speaking will help you to travel the world. The reason why most people don't travel the world speaking and they get stuck here in America is because they don't try outside of America, right? The deal is, we've talked about this and how to make yourself so unique is by going international. So look for those international gigs. They don't have somebody that is looking for, going to Finland. I went to Finland. Why did I go to Finland? Because I was an American and I was bringing the cool stuff from our American business to the Finland audience. Yeah, that's how you do it. You start looking for international gigs and you can start going anywhere you want. And usually, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you the secret. The secret is most of the times they don't have as much money as they do here in America. So if you're getting $10,000 a gig here in the US, overseas, you might get $3,000, but they'll pay for your travel. And they'll pay for your ground transportation. That's what I always get. Make sure if you're going overseas that they pay for, of course, your travel. They're going to do that. They're going to say, put you up in a hotel. They're always going to do that. But also request ground transportation. Why? Is because one time where was I? I think it was Japan. I got to Japan and the airport was almost an hour away. So I literally spent half my damn budget just getting back and forth to the airport. But people don't know that, right? And I didn't know that there was a speed train, but now I do. I get that part now. But the deal is, let them pay for your ground transportation. That way you don't have to worry about how you're going to get over and back from airports because you never know where they're actually going to be and how far they might be from the center of town or where the event is going to be. All right. So do international bookings. What I say, best practice is book your own travel. Usually they will we'll do the travel for you and they'll have a booking agency. And if you can just usurp that and just say, hey, you guys, I'll bill you and you just reimburse me. That's way better. Why is that way better? Because you get the points. But not only do you get the points, you get to determine when you get on the ground and when you leave, right? So if I'm getting ready to go to Hong Kong in just a couple of weeks. The deal is I'm throwing 3 days on the front end so I can see Hong Kong before the event starts. And that's another thing that is a suggestion is that you tell them that you have to be on the ground 24 hours before the event. That means if you're scheduled to do the keynote or to speak or to teach or train on Wednesday, you need to be on the ground on Monday, right? Why do you need to be on the ground an extra day? Because what you don't want to have happen is your flight gets canceled or you miss the flight because of a delay on another part. And then you don't get any money because you've totally missed the event. So you let people know that you want to be on the ground. What did I say? 24? I want 48. I want 48. All right. That's really what it is. I mean, usually most flights land early morning anyway, right? So if you get in early morning on a Tuesday, you're going to be dead to right tired. You're going to sleep. And by the time you wake up, you're not going to be rested enough. Your voice is not going to feel the way it needs to feel. Your energy is not going to be where it's supposed to be. So you want to get in that Monday. And you just let them know. Here's the reason why. First, those things I just said, and just tell them the story about the time when, you missed the flight because of something the airline did, and it didn't get you back in time to have your keynote. So most of the times, they're more than willing. It's only an extra hotel night. And most of the times, I've never gotten any pushback from that. All right? But also, you're doing it so that you can get the vibe of the community, and you want to see it. I mean, why would you go all the way to Singapore and not see Singapore? That just doesn't make any sense. Yeah? So at least take one day. And what I normally do with that one day is I get on the tour bus. Just get on the tour bus. That pretty much every country has a bus. Get on the bus, take all the pictures. They usually have a hop on, hop off bus. What you want to do is you ride the entire route first. Don't jump off and jump on. Ride the entire route, and then you can really get an idea of what you want to see. All right? So usually the route that takes an hour, hour and a half. That's as long as they usually go. Ride it the whole way around, and then you can use it to do the hop on, hop off. It's some fantastic. I've seen the entire world this way. And that's just some examples for you, all right? I said make your own arrangements. Make sure you have a card for the airline that is your primary airline. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. Delta is our primary stop here, so I can get to the rest of the world by going Delta. And that way, if I own the Delta card, I get double points just because I put it on that card. So if you have that, that is going to build your points faster so that you get free reward travel. Every time I pretty much go out of the country, I get at least enough points to travel back and forth here in the United States. See? So that's how you start building your points. Make sure you have, look, I'm just going to put it out there. Let me see if I can find my card. I'm going to find this card. This is the card you want to have. Yeah, there's no numbers on there, right? Yeah. American Express business card. That's the one you want. You want gold or above. Gold, platinum. If you want to be a baller, you can go with black. I don't get why people have black. It's kind of redundant. But it looks cool. But the platinum is far enough that you need to go because you can buy cars with that. It has no limit. But what it really does have is it gives you one airliner that you can get access to the lounge. All right? So since Delta is my airline, I get access to Delta lounges all throughout the United States. And then on top of that, do I have that in here? I don't think I have that card in here. The other card that it gives you is one called Priority Pass. And Priority Pass gives you access to lounges in pretty much every airport in the known world. It's like crazy. I'm in the middle of Kuala Lumpur in this small little airport. Was it KL? Yeah, KL's got a small airport. Now they just re-upped it and it's gotten bigger. But I'm in there and they have a lounge, right? What does the lounge do for you? Well, first, of course, you get free drinks, right? You also get a free space to work. So when you have to get kicked out of the hotel at 11 a.m. and your flight doesn't leave till 4 p.m., you're going to the airport and you're chilling in the lounge. Not only that, it gives you free breakfast, lunch, and dinner. How about that? You get a place to actually eat real food. So it's saving you money. It's saving you money. Matter of fact, look, here's a hack. When I get there and I get someplace, I'll go in the lounge and get me something to eat because I'm a cheap bastard. It's like, I'm teasing. But the deal is, it allows you to eat on somebody else's dime. Another thing is usually like I'm going to Hong Kong, I got to stop on the way in Hong Kong for a 3-hour layover in South Korea, right? So when I get off in South Korea, guess what I get to do? I get to go take a shower and just feel better and sit down, have a quick meal, have a couple of drinks, check my email before I get on the next flight. And it's all because of that one card. I think that card, I can't remember how much it costs. There's a fee to the card. I think it's like $800 a year or whatever. That's nothing compared to what you're going to get, especially if you drink liquor. If you drink liquor, it's going to pay for that card in about 2 months while you're traveling around the world being an international speaker, right? The other thing it does is it makes you more valuable here in the United States. So when I go and I talk about, hey, yeah, I just came back from Kuala Lumpur. I just did a thing in Thailand. I'm going to Australia. I should come to your event in San Diego. Now they're not comparing me to everybody else in America. They're comparing me to, wow, this dude's been all over the world. Yeah? So this is the way you travel on somebody else's dime. You want to have 3 cards. You want to have that American Express business. You want to have your local airliner card, whatever that airliner is. And the other card you want is a hotel card. I'm part of SPG, which just got bought by Marriott Rewards, and we have that card so that anytime you're staying in any of their properties, you get points. Now, if you want to extrapolate that to other airline or hotel cards, go for it, because people will put you up in different hotels. When you go to the desk, even though they're paying for the room, you go and you say, put that on my plan. So you want to be you don't have to have the card to be part of their frequent visitor network. Make sure every hotel you're signed up so you can get points. These things add up, especially as you start speaking more and more for your business. You're going to stay in more and more hotels, and they'll get you some free nights, and they'll treat you like ballers because you will get upgrades on rooms. So those are just a few tips. I've got 101 tips somewhere in my head. Someday I might share them. I don't know. I'm thinking I do. I got them somewhere. Anyway, those are really just some easy ways, guys, for you to travel around the world. Don't, feel like you're not ready to go out and speak to some other country. They're going to love the stuff that you have to say, because the exposure you have being in America is stuff that they're going to want, and they will bring you in because now you become their headline keynote. Hey, we got somebody from America, John Lawson, he's the, e-commerce expert, blah, blah, blah. And they do this all the time. And it's easy ways for you to see the world on somebody else's dime. Yeah? All right, I'm out of here for now. Peace.
I'm the best and I know that. Used to be broke, I won't go back.
Thanks for listening to the John Lawson Experience. Sign up for our weekly content so you never miss a thing. Likewise, subscribe, share, and follow John on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Colder Ice.
Tricking on that girl, that's my old neck. Just hit a brick for the 4-pack. Other plug being wishy-washy.